Morning everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new day. It is Saturday morning, the 10th I believe, and it's 9:30 in the morning and I'm going to make my breakfast. I've already made Glenn's breakfast. I made him the exact same thing as he had yesterday. The scrambled eggs with the chopped up ham and picante sauce and cheese in it, so he's already eating that. I am actually going to use some of that leftover rump roast that we had for the burritos last night. What I warmed up for the burritos, there was still some left, so I took a little bit of that, warmed it up a little bit, and I chopped it up small like I did the ham for the scrambled eggs. And I am actually going to mix it with eggs and cheese and put them in a tortilla. So I'm going to have a breakfast burrito. So that is actually meal number 3 with that rump roast. And that larger piece that I showed you that I did not warm up for the burritos last night, I'm actually going to freeze that for another night's meal with some mashed potatoes and gravy or something. But what I thought with this chopped up meat here, that would be good in like a Philly cheesesteak sandwich or just a steak and cheese sandwich like you get at Subway or something. But that meat looks like it would be good for that. So I'm going to make myself a breakfast burrito, so I'm going to start cooking it and I'll be back. There is definitely enough here for a couple of big burritos. And I'm going to go ahead and put some avocado in it. And like I said last night, these are really small. So one whole avocado will go on here. All right, let's go fold this up. All right, there it is, my breakfast burrito. Okay, so that's our breakfast for this Friday morning, and I'm not sure what we're having for lunch. But tonight for supper, I'll be making some walleye bites. I'll take some walleye chunks, cut them into little pieces, coat them, and fry them up with some rice. And yeah, so in between then, not sure what's happening. Alright everyone, so I am about to caramelize some sugar for a dessert I'm making tonight, and I'll explain in just a few seconds, but I need to get some water in that. Okay, so I've got a cup of sugar here, and just like a big tablespoon of water, like this. And I'm going to keep on stirring. This process is going to take about 10 to 12 minutes, so I'm not going to keep you on the video for that long. But I'm making a dessert, an upside down caramel banana cake. And this is a dessert Glenn found on Facebook. And he's been wanting me to make it for a long time now. Yeah, I just haven't made it. So we have bananas that are just at that stage. But in the original video, the bananas get sliced and put on top of the caramel once I pour the caramel in. But he doesn't want them sliced. He wants them mushed and put into the batter. So that's what I'm going to do. So right now I'm making the caramel to put at the bottom of the cake pan. So I got 1 cup of sugar and, like I said, that big tablespoon of water. And I'm just going to keep on mixing it until this gets caramelized. So it's going to take a bit. So I'm going to turn off the video right now. And I'll be back when something happens, as when it starts to turn brown. And I'll let you know what that time frame is. Okay, so it's been 6 minutes. And you can see some of the crystals starting to turn brown. And I could feel the texture of the sugar changing to a thickness, or a thicker texture, a heavier texture. So we're going to see how much longer it takes to caramelize. But I'm constantly stirring it. And I'm just following a recipe I found on YouTube. So hopefully it works. This is my very first time even attempting to caramelize some sugar. So hopefully it works. But I don't know if you could tell in the video. I think you can, but you can see the colors start turning here. So when I start seeing some liquid, I'll be back. Okay, so I didn't have to wait too long to start seeing syrup. Right here in this corner here, it's turning liquid all over the bottom. It's turning liquid now. And I've been stirring for 8 minutes now. Yeah, starting to see way more liquid. I'm going to try to get some of this hard sugar off the spatula here. Okay, so I'm 10 minutes into it, and you can see how the texture has changed. Starting to liquefy here. And my heat, I started off on a medium heat, and just after a minute or two, I turned it down slightly, so right before the medium heat mark. And that's what I've been stirring it on. Yep, you can see it's caramelizing. It's working out. Hopefully we can get all that caramelized. And this is constant stirring. You don't want to let up. There's so many ways people do this. I mean, I was trying to find the easiest way. I know some people do it with brown sugar and butter. Yeah, and some people do it just the sugar until it breaks down completely, and then they add water. I found this video where they just added it right away and constantly stirs. So you can see how that's coming out. It's turning out really nice. We just need all the sugar crystals to break down now. You could probably help them break down by smashing them. Oh yeah, that's looking really good. And once all your sugar is broken down, it's just about ready to be taken off the burner. This is like I said, my first time giving this a try, and it looks to be coming out pretty good. I think the key to that is the constant stirring so it doesn't burn. Now the video that Glenn saw the dessert on didn't show the whole process on caramelizing that sugar, so I wanted to make sure I brought you through the key points of it. And it's just about done. It looks great. Now it looks like all the sugar is broken down and caramelized now. That looks great. And we are at 12 minutes exactly. Again, just before a medium heat. All right, and that is it. Now I'm going to take it off the burner because we don't want it to burn. And I'm going to pour it in the 8x8 pan. All right, here's the 8x8 pan. I'm trying to, I guess this starts to thicken up and get hard between 5 and 8 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and pour that in there now. And I'm going to let this rest while I make the cake batter. Again, this was 1 cup. I'll leave all the information in the description below, so check that out if you want to try this dessert. And I might even do a shorts video on caramelizing the sugar. Oh, it's already hardening. And I don't know if I should have put that's hot. I'm going to just swish it around so it, yeah, you want it all over. Yeah, it's really thick now. So it doesn't take long to thicken up to that caramel texture. All right. Yeah, I don't know if I should have put on spray on that for being a mess to clean up afterwards. So there it is. So I'm going to let this sit, and now I'm going to make the cake batter. Okay, everyone, so I am ready to make the cake batter for this. And I've cut all the ingredients in half because the ingredients in the video, it wasn't very... I'm hoping my measurements are accurate because the video itself gave different, like instead of cups or tablespoons, well, it did give a tablespoon, but it did milliliters, it did ounces, it did cups, and tablespoons. So I had to convert some stuff, and hopefully my measurements are right, and hopefully it all comes out for the best. I guess we're going to be the guinea pig and try this and try the measurements I have, and hopefully it turns out good. If it does, you can go ahead and try it. If it doesn't, we'll have to play with it more. So I'm going to use 2 eggs. The original called for 4, but the original recipe was for the bigger cake pan. I'm using an 8x8. All right, and then you're going to whisk ingredients, most of them, like as you put them in. So we're going to whisk up the eggs. And then we're going to do a 1/3 cup of oil. I'm sure you can wait till you put it all in to whisk it up, but I'm just going to whisk as I go. And then we're going to also do a 1/3 cup of milk. Oh. And this should be more of a, like a cake batter is, more liquidy. And then we're going to go 3/4 cups of sugar. Now, as I was saying, let me get the caramel thing. Now, the original recipe for an upside down banana caramel cake, the bananas are sliced in pieces and put all along the top of the caramel, and then the batter goes over that. Glenn doesn't want the pieces. He wants it mushed into the batter, so that's what I'm doing. Okay, so now we're going to do a 1/2 cup of flour, but we're going to sift the flour into it. All right. So we're going to go ahead and sift that in. And I'm guessing that's to break up all the little pieces. But it also looks very nice when it goes in. Okay. that caramel is popping. You can see it's cracking. So, all right, we're gonna mix this into it. This is a brand new recipe to us, so hopefully it tastes good. Now, I'm making the smaller sheet cake pan, the 8x8, but I'm also going to make some banana nut muffins. Because we have 3 pretty medium to large bananas that are at that point where you need to use them. They could probably go another day or so, but we don't want them to go too long. So we were waiting for them to get to a point so we could mash them up for this dessert. So I'm using 1.5 bananas in this dessert, and then I'm going to use the other 1.5 bananas for the banana nut muffin mix. Okay. We're going to use some vanilla. Doesn't give a measurement. We're just going to throw it in there. And we're going to use 1/2 tablespoon of baking powder. And now I'm going to mix in the banana mix, the mashed up bananas, like that. So it's more like a banana flavored cake. So I've got the oven preheated to 350 degrees already, and the recipe said to bake it for an hour, but that was the big one. So I'll check this after 30 minutes, but I'm sure it's going to take close to an hour, if not an hour. All right. So here is the caramel pan, and now I'm going to pour the batter over it. All right, that's it, and I'm going to put it in the oven now, and I'll let you know along the way how it's coming along.